This is a Kenmore 80 series washer. As you can see, the cycle selection dial has stopped right as it reaches this little mark. That mark is where the spin cycle is supposed to start, but it won't work because the lid safety switch is broken. Normally this little arm pushes the lid switch down as the lid closes. When the switch is broken, nothing happens and the washer gets stuck in mid-cycle. This is an attempt to give you a view of the lid switch from below, but really all you can see in this view is that it's really dirty and kind of hanging funny. This is a brand new lid safety switch we purchased through Amazon for just under $20. That $20 gets you the new switch and wiring harness with a little stiff tube to hold the wires up safely away from the spinning basket. It really is just a little simple push switch, and if it breaks, your whole washer will be out of commission. To replace the switch, start by locating the two small screws behind the top corners of the control panel. Ours were 1/4-inch nut head screws. Since we were too lazy to move the whole washer with all the water in it, and since it was too close to the wall to get a real nut driver in there, we just used a pair of pliers to remove these screws. Make sure the washer is unplugged from the wall, and then pry the corner caps off, starting at the top and rotating them forward. It may take a little bit of monkeying around, and some of them are a little bit stiffer than others. Next, locate the two Phillips head screws at the bottom corners of the control panel and remove them. You should now be able to rotate the control panel up and back out of the way, exposing the wiring connector for the lid switch. Now unscrew the two Phillips head screws that hold the actual connector switch in place. Push the basket back for easier access and slide the old switch out. You can see this old switch was literally falling apart. Taking a close look at the wiring harness plug, you can see that there's a little tab that you need to pull out on, and then you can pull the plug off. Then squeeze in the tabs on the sides and push the other part of the plug down into the washer. Now, with the wiring plug and the switch removed, reach up inside and feel along the wire between them for some little clips that hold that little stiff tube up tight against the top of the washer. Slide that tube up and out of those clips. The only thing left is the ground wire that is screwed directly into the washer body. This is where it just takes a lot of patience to slowly work that screw out. Pay extra attention to avoid dropping it into the washer body after it comes out. Again, this is a nut head screw, but since there is virtually no clearance in there, we removed it a 1/4 turn at a time with pliers. This part can be very difficult because you can't see what you're doing and you just have to feel it with your hands. So make sure you've done some yoga or some Zen or something like that before you get started so that your mind's in the right place. Set the old switch and harness aside. Grab the new one and install the ground screw and wire in exactly the reverse of how it was removed. Get the screw started by hand, then tighten it with the pliers. Now slide the switch and the wiring plug up inside the washer, then push the plug up through the hole until the clips engage, and plug the harness back together. Now position the lid switch in place, lining up the holes, then start the screws by hand. Then tighten them up snug. Feel up inside the machine to find the clips for the little stiff tube and work it back inside those clips. This is what it looks like from below. You can see the little clips and the ground wire screw. Hook the control panel on the rear sheet metal backing and then swing it back down into place. Then replace the screws in the bottom corners. Snap the corners back on. Replace the two top corner screws and tighten them up. Plug the machine back in and everything should work. I'm testing it here with a screwdriver. You can see it at the top right, just so you can see how it works, but you don't need to do this at home. Just close the lid and everything should be back in order. Thanks for watching, and I hope we got your washer back up and running. If this was helpful, please click the like button or leave us a comment below.